Hey there everyone, I haven't made a Kings Road video for a little while, and that's because I'm only going to be making them for interesting things that come out. And this is something really interesting. So this is what I'm going to call Skill Rune Legendary Evolution, and it's where you turn certain skill runes like this Light Concussion arrow here into Great Light Concussion, which as you can see has Gold Find on it. So this only works for certain runes. There are 3 for each class right now, and I'm going to show them all, show how it works, all that stuff. But yeah, it's only making these. This is an old rune that did come out for a limited time, but this is the way how you can still get it. So this isn't a new skill rune. Don't think that is the case. Anyway, so going over to here, I'm going to go through these 3 different runes. I'm going to level them up. So starting up, we'll do water bolts, because yeah, this is one of my favorites for this case. So if you look at some of the older runes, they're in particular the ones that came out in the rune farm. You have something like shadow bolts here and light mana bolts. These each add 2,706 elemental damage onto it from leveling. However, if you look at the water bolt, it adds 8,200. Now, what's interesting about mana bolts specifically is that damage is on each of the 6 bolts, and so when it crits, 8,200 does tons. That's a crazy amount when on the 6 ones. If you have also Master of Ice on that giving 200%, then yeah, you do crazy damage with that. So that's what caught my interest. Caught the interest of Lord Frigid, a fellow YouTuber, and what got me looking into this and finding this out. So the reason why that's 8,200 is actually when you get the Water Bolts rune to Legendary level 10, which is the maximum, it is 2,706 like the others. However, you can then Legendary evolve it into Greater Water Bolts. So let's just go through that. Am I doing it with this rune? No, I'm not. I'm going to do it with... oh, where is it? Got to find it now. The other Water Bolts. Ah, there we go. Here it is. So this is currently at Superior level 1. As you can see, it's adding 545, and yeah, I'm gonna be doing all this with gems. So we get it to this. This is the second evolve. Takes 8 rune dust. These are slightly cheaper, and then when you get it to legendary, we'll just boost it up to there. We'll take it up to legendary quality now. So it's doing 1,600. Now, if we max it now, it will do 2,706. Now you can evolve it for 40 rune dust, 1 million gold, and it will actually turn into greater water mana bolts, which, as you can see, it drops massively from 2,706 to 215, but it gets that bonus stat, and it can now get to the maximum of 8,200. Now, one thing about these greater runes is they take a huge amount of experience to get to maximum. I've actually detailed it here in a guide, which I'm going to be bringing out soon. I'm not going to finish it before I bring it out, because I want it's my Skill Runes guide that's going to have loads of details in. But yeah, for now it's only going to have some of the information. I'm not going to do specifics on certain runes because yeah, it would just take a lot of time, and there are other things I want to do. But yeah, so looking here, I've given each of the different rune types a certain type category kind of number. So B, this is actually that water bolts, that first rune. You can see the total experience it needs is 115,000. Total dust is 34, which isn't much at all. It then the greater ones, they're in the C type, and you can see here 345,000 experience to a max, which is huge. And the more recent ones, they take 170,000. So it is exactly double the amount of experience. So it's a lot of investment to get these runes up. For the one which gives plus armor, pointless. The one which gives plus damage, not very good, apart from this water bolts, because I said that 8,200. And then obviously the gold find one is very good for that as well. So yeah, I'm just showing this one here because it is awesome if maxed. I won't show it in combat, but yeah, it's incredible. Alright, let's just bump this up. If you're interested, it costs 1 gem for 4 experience, so you can see here that's about 100,000 experience needed there for the epic quality. And then we'll get up to legendary, And yeah, right now, do you see it's 4,850, quite good, but really it boosts up tons on that last level. I'm not going to show it because I have to do individual levels, but it's that final level where it boosts up from about 6,000 to suddenly 8,000. So yeah, it's good to max if you're going to do it. But yeah, so that's it there. You can see 400 damage, 8,200. Now to explain why that's really good, it's kind of tricky. Basically all these skill runes, like if you take the new Guardian Light one here, that adds 11,000. That is the equivalent of about 40%, well 50%, sorry. And so if you take 8 times 8,200, that's 64,000, which is the equivalent of about 300% damage. So 300% plus the 58% water damage, it's all water. It's, yeah, about 350%. Sorry, confused myself. Basically, in total, it's about 650. I might get that wrong, but anyway, it's a hugely powerful skill that will work on a single target. And if you use it with Master of Ice to do extra damage in PvP, it will one shot. There is no doubt about it. But it's got that it takes that huge experience. And if you need to get through Water Bolts too, that's a lot. Anyway, the other one I'm going to show here is Fire Burst. I think it's this one we've got. Yeah, it's this one I'm going to do. So Fire Burst itself, you can see again it goes to 8,200. That's a kind of indicator that it does go through Legendary Evolution. And what's interesting about this one is it adds the Gold Find on it. So we'll just get it through the levels here. You can see it's slowly going up and damage. Get it to Legendary, and then again it goes to 2,706. And then we get the Legendary Evolution, 40 Rune Dust, becomes the greater one, and gets that 5% Gold Find. And then getting that up more, obviously increases that up to 75%, which again, a lot of that comes in the last quality. You can see here, Epic is now at 25, and then at the end of Epic levels, it's now at 29. Like, it almost all comes in the Legendary quality. So it takes a huge investment to get up there. It's 35, and then in 4 levels it goes up to 75%. And again, also the damage goes up hugely there. But because that damage is only 1 time rather than 6 times, it's insignificant. Anyway, so yeah, basically I just wanted to detail this a bit and show how to do it. The one for so the Gold Find on Wizard is the Fire Burst, which I wouldn't recommend because if we equip it now and I show it, it's got it's not doing the animation, but it's a really small area. Whereas compared to Burst of Light or Expel, like the area on that is huge, and yeah, like you can see it hits out there. That's for farming. Like you want to use Expel rather than have that extra Gold Find. So for Wizards, it's pointless. For Wizards, I would go for that Great Water Mana Bolts if you're going to do it. However, for Archers, the rune is on is it Light Concussion? Yeah, Light Concussion. So yeah, this one here. Is it the Legendary I've got there? Yeah, it's the Legendary one. Okay. Let's just go to it. So as you can see, we got up that 1 level, and then now it will turn into Great Light Concussion. That has 75% Gold Find at max, and because you don't use this skill in farming, you can just equip the rune when you're farming, and it will add that Gold Find on. And the one for Knights is Fire Maim. It's this one here. You get that one up, and then it becomes Greater Fire Maim, and it's got the Gold Find on it. So yeah, those are the 3 runes there. I've detailed a little bit more in this this guide. If you just scroll down to where it says Legendary Evolution, that's the plus 2,000 armor at max rune, the plus 400 damage one, and the plus 75% Gold Find. So you can see that's the Wizard rune, the Archer rune, and go on, let me split. There we go, Knight rune. So yeah, it's all detailed there. I just thought I'd put this video in there as well. But as you can see, this guide is not finished. I've got other sections I want to write, and I'll probably release it before I write those, but just wanted to get this out there sooner rather than later, as well as the because of this, to show people how much experience it takes for different runes. Yeah, one more thing I wanted to show, because I recently found it out and it's really cool. I'm not sure if I can show on this actually. Not easily. Okay, basically, when you make these runes, look at these ones here. That these two are superior, and these two are fine. Fine quality, that is. Sorry. So we're getting lots of fragments from doing event runs, tournament runs, and PvP matches. And so these fragments, you can then make the runes, and they each sell for 1 rune dust. Now that's all well and good. You need rune dust, and that's how you get it, by selling those. However, you can also use these runes for fusion. So I can't really show it easily here. Let's how to do it. All right. No. Okay. I'll just explain it. Basically, the fine quality ones, they will give you 100 experience if you use them for fusion. So they're good to sell for rune dust because 100 experience is just nothing. However, the superior ones, they give 400 or 500 experience, and they sell for 1 rune dust. So in efficiency terms, always sell the fine quality ones for rune dust, and the superior ones you can use for experience. And that's actually quite a lot of experience. I mean, I looked through how many fragments I have right now, and I worked out right now I could sell all my runes, like make all the runes I can, sell them all. It give me 200 rune dust, or I can sell them. This is just the superior ones I'm talking about. I could use them for fusion, and it would give me 100,000 fusion experience. So I suddenly have 100,000 fusion experience I didn't know about. So the reason why I said 400 or 500, see Shadow Ball here, this is one of the older ones that doesn't give plus stats on it, compared to Empowered Fire Blast, which does. The older ones, they sell for they fuse for 400 experience. The new ones, they fuse for 500 experience. So those new ones are the better ones to use, and strangely enough, actually from PvP, the lockbox there gives fragments for all the possible fragments are for new runes. So that's always going to be a quarter of the way to 500 experience. Anyway, that's pretty much everything I wanted to show in this video. I hope it was informative and taught you something new. Those legendary evolutions I didn't know about until like a couple of weeks ago, and for me it's not that, oh, we got a connection error. For me it's not that that important, because I actually have those greater runes anyway, and I don't want to make the gold find one because I'm a wizard. But yeah, it's very useful for those out there who do have lots of experience to spare, and they want to make those gold find ones. So yeah, just to clarify again, it's the Fire Maim for knights, the Fire Burst for wizards, and Light Concussion for archers. And the total experience, you need to do 115,000 in the lesser rune to get that to max, and then 345,000 on the greater rune to get that to max. I actually have, there is detailed in this post here, it's the thread called Gold Find Skill Rune Question. In that one there, I detailed like some stuff about the Gold Find rune, like the experience needed, the dust needed, how much gold find you get on the different levels. And then I showed kind of efficiency terms. If you got to superior level 1, it would cost you a maximum of 2 million gold, which pays off at 150 hours of farming. Or if you get it to max, it would cost a maximum of 20 million gold, and that pays off in 300 hours of farming. I would recommend maxing it if you can. But yeah, and then also I did a thread a while back with like just a ton of details about the empowered rune. I'm not really going to do this in my new skill guide. When I do detail runes, I'm going to do just very brief stuff about them. But yeah, check out this guide, and because it will be out by the time I put out this video, and also I'll be adding stuff to it later. So check back or ask me any questions about any runes, because I have them all. I can tell you any information you want. So that's it from me. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time.